Since you were a child, the world programmed you with one specific belief. They told you that life peaks at 20. They sold you the image of college parties, first loves, smooth skin, and six-pack abs as the absolute golden age of being a man. Because you believed this lie, you spent your entire 30s in a state of quiet, simmering panic. You watched the calendar like it was a ticking clock, counting down to your expiration date. Every time you looked in the mirror, you saw a new line on your face not as a mark of wisdom, but as evidence that your time was running out. You convinced yourself that after 30, the game was essentially over. You thought that no woman would want you, no success would find you, and no new opportunities would ever knock on your door again. But here's the truth they never told you. A man's real life does not start at 20. A man's real life starts at 40. If you are approaching this age, or if you are already past it, you need to understand that this decade is not your decline. It is your awakening. The world wants you to believe that aging is a disease. But for a man, aging is an upgrade. Right now, you carry something a 20-year-old boy will never possess. You have a story written in the lines of your face. You have a strength buried deep within your silence. You have a presence that changes the energy of a room the moment you walk into it. That is not something you can fake. That is something you earn through years of living, failing, learning, and becoming. At 20, you had raw energy, but you had absolutely zero direction. You were running in circles, chasing everything and mastering nothing. You did not know who you were. You did not know what you actually wanted from this world. You were reactive, emotional, and desperate for the approval of people who did not even matter. You were a slave to your impulses and a victim of your own hormones. But at 40, everything shifts into a different gear. Now, you have direction. Now, you have clarity. You have experience that has shaped you into someone who no longer needs to prove anything to anyone. You do not beg for validation anymore. You do not bend yourself into shapes to impress people who are irrelevant to your mission. You simply exist as you are, and somehow that becomes your greatest power. Think about the difference. A 20-year-old boy walks into a room trying to get attention. He is loud, he is flashy, he is performing for an audience. But a 40-year-old man walks into that same room and draws attention without saying a single word. People feel his presence, they sense his calm, they notice his confidence, and most importantly, they respect it. Why? Because he has learned one of life's most brutal and important lessons. He knows that if someone wants to be in his life, they will stay by choice, not by pressure. You stop chasing ghosts. You stop convincing people of your worth. You stop exhausting yourself trying to hold on to people who were never meant to stay. This maturity, this inner calmness, and this unshakable stability become the most magnetic forces at any age. Whether we are talking about career success, respect from peers, or attraction from women, everything moves toward the man who stops running after it. This is the stage where you stop being a boy. This is where you step into true manhood. Age does not attract people. Mindset does. Energy does. Presence does. And all of that only comes with time and the scars of experience. By the time most men hit 40, they have already convinced themselves that their best days are behind them. They look at younger men and feel a twinge of jealousy. They scroll through social media and feel like the world has moved on without them. But a real man breaks that belief. He understands that attraction never came from his youth in the first place. It came from his mental energy. It came from the way he carried himself through the fire. It came from his ability to stay grounded when everyone else was losing their minds. When a man finally realizes he has nothing to prove, his silence becomes more powerful than any loud declaration. His every gesture starts to carry weight. People listen when he speaks because he does not speak just to hear his own voice. At 20, you lived in constant doubt. You questioned your own worth every single day. You asked everyone for their opinion because you did not trust your own intuition. But at 40, you have the clarity of a veteran. You have made enough mistakes to know exactly what does not work. You have lived through enough pain to know what truly matters. You build your own path now. And this shift makes you rare in a world full of men who are still trying to figure out who they are. Psychology backs this up. When a person lives with vision instead of seeking validation, they become an inspiration. When you stop performing for an audience and start living for a purpose, you become unbeatable. You do not need to show off anymore. You do not need to please everyone in the room. Your maturity becomes your signature move. Your calmness becomes the gravity that pulls others toward you. A true man is most attractive when he is not a slave to his emotions, but the master of them. That is real masculinity. That is real power. Remember this. A man is not the one who speaks the loudest. A man is the one whose silence provides the answer. If you are watching this and you want to live with direction instead of validation, realize that you are on your path. That simple realization will start awakening the inner masculinity you have been suppressing for years. Own it. Believe it. Have you ever noticed how women look at men in their 50s? There is a curiosity there that does not come from expensive clothes or fancy cars. It comes from the depth of character. A young man talks to impress. He performs. He tries way too hard. But a mature man speaks with understanding. He listens more than he talks. He observes. He does not rush to fill every silence with empty words. And that difference is magnetic. Women are naturally drawn to men who walk calmly through the chaos of life. They want the man who does not react to every little provocation. They want the man who knows how to listen without trying to fix everything immediately. Psychology tells us that for most people, calm confidence is far more attractive than loud dominance. Because deep down, the human mind is looking for consistency and safety. A man who stays steady when life gets chaotic is the man who leads. He does not hide his weaknesses, but he knows how to turn them into his greatest strengths. He carries an invisible circle of safety around him. He makes those around him feel secure. And that feeling of safety separates him from every other man who is still acting like an insecure boy. This is not about flirting techniques or gimmicks. This is about energy. The kind of energy that says, I do not need to prove anything to you. My presence says enough. From that place, real attraction and real respect begin. Now, let us discuss the habits that make a man absolutely unbeatable after 40. This age is the turning point, where the boy ends and the leader is born. Life gives you two clear choices at this stage. You can live with regret, looking back at all the things you did not do. Or you can rise with discipline and purpose and show the world exactly who you are. The first habit is emotional control. When you were younger, you might have exploded with anger or let your ego drive every decision. But now, you understand the power of the pause. When someone disrespects you, you do not react. You respond. Or better yet, you ignore. When someone tries to provoke you, you do not hate. You simply realize they are beneath your energy level. Your mind is now in control, not your impulses. This maturity brings a certain authority to your presence that cannot be bought. The second habit is the selective circle. You have stopped trying to be friends with everyone. You have realized that not everyone deserves a seat at your table. You choose quality over quantity. You surround yourself with a small, genuine, mature circle of people who add value to your soul. The quieter your circle becomes, the greater your life grows. You have learned that peace is infinitely more valuable than popularity. The third habit is purpose first. At 20, you are a dreamer. At 40, it is time to be a builder. Your goals now come before distractions. Your mission comes before entertainment. The game is no longer about looking rich or showing off on social media. The game is about legacy. It is about building something that lasts. Your focus has shifted from seeking attention to building an empire, brick by brick. When a man works on his mission with unwavering focus, the world automatically gives him space. This is self-trust. And when you reach this level, you do not just become attractive. You become the standard. You are no longer a boy waiting for permission from society. You are an awakened man creating your own reality. Your 40s are not the end. They are the beginning of everything you were meant to become. Think about the men in history who achieved their greatest feats in their later years. They did not do it by being young. They did it by being prepared. The world wants to sell you the idea that you are fading. They want you to buy products to look younger and act younger. They want you to stay in a state of perpetual adolescence. But there is no power in being a 50-year-old boy. The power is in being a 50-year-old man who has mastered his domain. Stop apologizing for your age. Stop wishing you were 20 again. If you were 20 again, you would have the same insecurities and the same lack of direction you had back then. Except the gray hair. Except the lines on your skin. These are your medals of honor. They show that you stayed in the fight. They show that you survived the storms that broke other men. Now, it is time to lead. It is time to use that accumulated wisdom to build a life of meaning. The most dangerous man on earth is the one who has nothing left to fear because he has seen it all. That man is you, if you choose to accept it. You are no longer chasing ghosts. You are hunting goals. You are no longer begging for a place at the table. You are building your own table. And when you do that, the right people will find their way to you. They will be drawn to your stability. They will be drawn to your honesty. They will be drawn to the fact that you are a man who knows exactly where he is going. This is the awakening. This is the truth they never told you because they wanted you to stay weak and consuming. But you are waking up now. You are realizing that the second half of your life can be infinitely more powerful than the first. The first half was for learning. The second half is for execution. Take control of your health. Take control of your finances. Take control of your mind. Do not let your emotions dictate your future. Do not let the opinions of the masses sway your resolve. Stay on your path. Focus on your mission. Become the man you were always intended to be. The world needs mature men. The world needs leaders who are grounded in reality. The world needs you to step up. So, walk with your head high. Speak with intention. Live with purpose. This is your time. This is your decade. Welcome to the real game of life. Every single day is an opportunity to strengthen your presence. Every single day is a chance to build your legacy. Do not waste another minute worrying about the past. The past was just the training ground. The real battle starts now, and you are more than ready for it. You are the master of your power. You are the architect of your destiny. Stay focused. Stay calm. Stay unbeatable. Your journey is just beginning, and the best version of you is yet to come. Believe in your strength. Trust in your path. Be the man who leads by example. Be the man who doesn't need to shout to be heard. Be the man who knows his worth. This is the path of the awakened man. This is your path. Go forth and conquer. The world is waiting for your presence. The world is waiting for your leadership. The world is waiting for you. End of the lesson. Now, take action. Build your life. Live your truth. Be the man. Always. Every morning when you wake up, remind yourself that you are the captain of your soul. No matter what happened yesterday, today is a clean slate for a man of action. Your age is your edge. Your experience is your armor. Your clarity is your weapon. Use them all. Do not settle for a mediocre existence. Demand more from yourself than anyone else could ever demand from you. That is how you become extraordinary. That is how you leave a mark on this world. The truth is finally out. You are not declining. You are ascending. Keep climbing. Keep growing. Keep becoming. The view from the top is worth the struggle, and you're almost there. Just keep moving forward. One step at a time. One decision at a time. One day at a time. This is the way. This is your awakening. The world lied, but now you know the truth. Go live it. A man who stands firm in his values is a lighthouse in a storm. You are that lighthouse for those around you. Your wife, your children, and your community need that version of you. They do not need a man who is trying to be a teenager. They need a man who has mastered his world. They need the wisdom you have fought so hard to gain. They need the stability that only comes from years of discipline. Do not give up on yourself when you are just reaching your prime. Do not believe the narrative that says you are less valuable as you get older. In nature, the oldest trees are the strongest. In history, the oldest civilizations were the wisest. In life, the most mature men are the most powerful. Embrace this power today. Stop looking back at your 20s with longing. Look forward to your 60s with ambition. The second half of your life is where you prove who you really are. It is where you turn all that potential into reality. It is where you build something that outlasts you. This is the real work of a man. This is the true definition of masculinity: purpose, legacy, and unwavering strength. You have the power inside you. You have the experience behind you. And you have the future in front of you. Now, go and claim it. There is no more time for doubt. There is only time for action. Your awakening is complete. Now, your mission begins. The world is watching. Make it count. Stay true to your path. Stay strong in your mission. The best is yet to come. Believe in the man you have become. Believe in the power you hold. The journey continues, and you are leading the way. One step at a time. One breath at a time. One day at a time. Live with purpose. Live with power. Live your truth forever.